everyone, Tim with Collect Jurassic here with a very exciting news update about a new Mattel Jurassic World toy on the way. If you've been watching our channel, you saw a kind of a lot of other toy reveals we did earlier in the last month for new Jurassic World toys, but this newest figure is exciting because it is the third iteration of Spinosaurus coming at us from Mattel for 2021, which is always an exciting figure because it is, Spinosaurus. The first one we got was Legacy Collection, and it was sort of steeped in controversy because the availability, at least here in the US, was so terrible. A lot of people didn't get their hands on this much anticipated version of the figure, kind of having the same colorations of the movie. But yeah, a lot of people here in the US couldn't get it. I know internationally it was a little more available. And then we were treated to the Battle Damage Spinosaurus, which didn't fare much better. Still an exclusive here in the US at Walmart. Kind of a one and done deal. It came out in the stores one week and was never restocked again. Very hot figure. So Spinosaurus all around has always been very popular for Mattel. So the fact that they're coming out with another version of the figure bodes well for people trying to get that one. And here is our first look at that figure. This is the new 2021 Mattel Spinosaurus. First thing I noticed out the gate is no battle damage. It does look like it's a normal version of the figure, which certainly, means good things for availability wise. It means this hopefully won't be any kind of, exclusive, but we'll get more into availability here later in the video. But as you can see, this figure has a very unique paint coloration, sort of desert themed, sort of something different we haven't seen on really any Mattel figures, let alone the Spinosaurus. It does really remind us of the Snap Squad figure that we revealed a few weeks back. It probably matches this figure even. And if you remember, this figure is more than likely, this Snap Squad is more than likely from Camp Cretaceous. So what does that mean for this figure? Does that mean Spinosaurus is making an appearance in Camp Cretaceous? That remains to be seen. Obviously, we know what the season 2 trailer is shaping up to be. We don't see Spinosaurus in there necessarily, but that doesn't mean it's not there, or maybe it's in a future season. Or could this figure be something kind of coming out early for Jurassic World Dominion? Who knows? It's also possible that it's just a repaint of the Spinosaurus, just meant to, be a new toy, but still pretty exciting to speculate about that. And again, this paint coloration is very cool, very interesting, very unique. There's like this really cool face pattern that, again, really reminds us of that Snap Squad figure that we saw earlier. It's funny, though, that across all three of these Spinosauruses, the eye is kind of remained the same. Usually when we see repaints, we see the eyes change here and there, tweak slightly, but for Spinosaurus, all three of these figures look like they'll have the same eye paint across the board, which is okay. I mean, that helps them sort of match back to each other, which is fine. You can also see in this photo right here that the mouth is open, the tongue is out. This is sort of like the extreme chomping version that we got for Legacy Collection. But again, I don't think this particular figure is going to be a Legacy Collection figure, even if it has that same biting mechanism. But yeah, I mean, these side profile pictures really do this thing justice. You can kind of see these photos are, they're not official photos. They were shared my way via someone who found them on a Chinese auction site. So they are the real deal. This isn't a repaint or anything like that. This is actual photos of a figure that has gone through production. So it's definitely coming. Don't know where it's coming, don't know how many are coming, but the figure itself is definitely coming. And we're really hoping that Mattel sort of learned their lesson. Rather, the other retailers and Mattel learned their lesson with availability with this particular figure, this particular species. It's always going to be a popular one, so they really should stock it, in great quantities if they really want to get this in the hands of a lot of collectors and a lot of Jurassic fans in general. I think Spinosaurus is one of those species that just, kids like, adults like. It's just a very popular figure. Here's another view of the side of the figure. You can see, again, no battle damage on this one. It really is just the regular version of the figure, that extreme chomping version with the button on the neck that opens the mouth. Other than that, nothing else fancy is going on. There's no retooling here that we can tell. It's really just a repaint of that figure, but I really like the stripes. They still kept a little bit of red in the sail, which is cool because that's what the Legacy Collection version looks like, but just sort of a very interesting, again, reminds me of a desert motif with some, modeling, some splotching of the pattern. But otherwise, it's a pretty simple but effective paint job. I actually think I like this one more than the battle damage coloration. It just feels a little more natural, but very, very exciting that Spinosaurus is coming back. No surprise, really. I mean, again, it's a popular figure, so of course they're going to make yet another version of it. But hopefully, again, this one's going to be a little more readily available. And if it does end up being in Camp Cretaceous or Jurassic World Dominion, you can almost certainly guarantee that the figure will be more available based on those grounds alone. But that kind of stuff, we just sort of have to wait and see. We still don't know what packaging this figure will come in, if it'll have Primal Attack packaging or Camp Cretaceous packaging or some sort of new 2021 packaging we haven't even, had eyes on yet. All that stuff is unknown because all we can really see right now is just pictures of the figure itself, again, generously shared my way, but it is the real deal. You can see in this picture there's also a scan code on the foot, but I don't think it can scan into anything right now, but it's all ready to go. The figure's done, and we'll probably start seeing more photos of these, maybe official photos soon or maybe not, but I would imagine that this figure will be hitting stores sometime in the next 3 to 6 months, probably not too much sooner than that. Just how these kind of leaked pics from Chinese auction sites go, we usually don't see those figures for a little bit of time. So this one's probably a little ways out, but it is coming. This isn't some figure that's going to be totally canceled. It's definitely coming out in some capacity, and some time will just need to pass until we figure that out. But a beautiful version of a Spinosaurus for sure. I think we can all agree that this is just a really cool, unique colorway that they're bringing to life for this third version. And all we can really hope is that it'll have better availability than the first two versions, so that a lot of us collectors can track this one down because it is so cool. So that's pretty much all the photos we have. Again, we're just gonna have to wait and see, but we'll definitely keep a lookout for more news, more updates around this Spinosaurus. And really what this means is there's probably a lot more figures for 2021 that we don't have eyes on yet that are part of this Spinosaurus wave. Again, we revealed some other figures on the channel, but I'm guessing those are probably just for the first part of the year, and there's actually a lot more coming behind that, including the Spinosaurus we just looked at today. So I hope you enjoyed this little breakdown, this little speculation. I'm Tim with Collect Jurassic. We'll be back with more updates on this figure and more, but until next time, thanks for watching.